Some stories entertain. Others hit you in a way that stays long after they're over. This is one of those. Suzanne Pleshette wasn't just another face in Hollywood, she was a force of quiet power. With a glance, she could say more than most did with monologues. And while her career was impressive, there was one moment, raw, deeply human, that defined her legacy far more than any film or red carpet. Born in Brooklyn in 1937, Suzanne grew up immersed in the arts. Acting wasn't a dream, it was a calling in her blood. Even as a child, there was something magnetic about her. She wasn't loud or flashy, but her eyes held a strength that made you stop and look. She didn't chase fame with shortcuts. She trained, auditioned relentlessly, and carved out her path one gritty role at a time. That voice, smoky, rich, unforgettable, became her signature. And when she stepped on screen, you remembered her. She did it all: film, TV, Broadway, but what set her apart wasn't just talent, it was truth. Suzanne didn't act to impress, she acted to connect. In Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, where chaos reigned and terror unfolded, she grounded the madness with a performance that felt utterly real. She didn't play fear, she lived it on screen, and the audience felt every second. Off camera, she was just as real. No act, no glittery mask. In interviews, she was unapologetically herself. "I'd rather be known for being real than be liked for something I'm not," she once said. That line wasn't rehearsed, it was who she was. But it was a moment near the end of her life that truly revealed her soul. In a rare interview, Suzanne opened up not as an actress, but as a woman who had lived, lost, and loved deeply. She talked about losing her husband and the quiet ache that stayed with her. She described those quiet days where she'd sit, reflect, and sometimes let a single tear fall, not for attention, but because she'd earned that sadness. And in that silence, people listened, not to a star, but to a human being. Suzanne passed in 2008, but what she left behind wasn't headlines or gossip. It was something more valuable: permission to be authentic. She reminded us that in a world screaming for attention, sometimes the loudest truth is the one spoken softly.